Okay. I want to take you to the story of the widow woman in 2 Kings, 4th chapter, verse 7. And her husband was the son of the prophet. Her husband was the prophet and had left her in debt. And what happened was she went to Elisha and told Elisha about her situation. And so Elisha asked her, what is it that you have in the house? She said, I have a cule of oil. So the first principle of getting out of debt is to trust God, because back then the prophets were the spokesperson for God. And so in order for her to trust God, it was something that she had to give forth in order for her to receive from the Lord, and that was trust, because we have to go by faith. God has given to each of us a lot, and that lot is for us to live within. Everyone is not born with a silver spoon, and so we have to take what God gives us and live within it. If we go in debt, it's only because we're living outside of our means. And so anytime we do go outside of our beings, we have to trust God to give us the wisdom so that we can pay off our debt. We have to trust God in all that we do. So the first thing we want to do is trust God. Then we want to ask God for wisdom. In doing so, God will give us that wisdom to help us to apply the knowledge that we need, that will eventually help us to make right decisions in our expenditures. Amen. Amen. This is wow. Like I said, people go in debt simply because they're not living wisely, or they take their desires rather than on their needs. They spend on their desires, their wants, rather than on their need. And so the widow woman, she was obedient to the man of God. And she had followed the instructions that he had told her. And when we are obedient to God, God blesses us. God meets every one of our needs, you know, and that's what God is calling us to do. He's calling us to obey him. He said that he will supply all of our needs. We're not to be worried or anxious of anything, but if we would just trust him, if we would just put our confidence in him, he will help us to get out of debt, you know. Is that my 5 minutes up? Oh, okay. He will help us to get out of debt. Amen.